Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today's interview is going to be with Leslie David Baker. He is known for playing the character Stanley in the hit show The Office. Today, I shall actually be interviewing him with a handful of my friends. We were able to do this over Zoom, thanks to a Kickstarter called Uncle Stan. This Kickstarter was formed to try and raise money for a spin-off of The Office starring Leslie David Baker returning as Stanley. And the concept for this is actually his nephew opened up a motorcycle shop, but it currently isn't getting the numbers it needs to stay afloat. So he's calling upon his uncle Stanley, who has years of experience as a salesman at Dunder Mifflin, to try and help him boost those sales. So without further ado, here is Leslie David Baker. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Hello, everybody, and I angelically lit so you can see me.
Yes, you look great.
Thank you. Glad to be here. What's going on?
Well, I think I can safely say for all of us, everyone in attending today is a huge fan of The Office.
Thank you. I thank you. Hi. Oh, I'm sitting in front of you and behind you. It's like a haunting.
Yes.
Wait, Hannah, I didn't even notice that.
Yes, I'm all over the place. You know, I'm behind you too. You just don't see me yet. See, I just left. You missed me.
Dude, I just noticed that. I didn't realize that till you just said it.
All over the place.
It's even scarier because there is the window.
Yeah. I'm peeking in, going. So, how's everybody doing today?
Doing
Great.
pretty good. Even better
Great.
now.
We're good.
Where are you in? Looks like, are you in a room or a casket or something? What is that?
Oh, it's like a little room divider.
Oh, okay. I was like, what is it?
It's a nice, calm background.
A calm background. Oh, okay. Good. No, I've recorded so much stuff in closets this year. I have spent too much time in my walking. And when you're doing that, you start going like, no, I can throw these things out. I can throw some of this out. So, but it's good to be out of that little bitty room with no windows and into a room with windows. So, any questions you have for me that I could possibly answer? Yeah, okay, he's raised. Go ahead. What's your question?
I'm polite. I'm sorry. What's your favorite?
You are very polite, and you got.
What is your favorite pretzel brand and flavor?
My favorite pretzel brand. I don't have a favorite brand, or flavor for that matter. But of course, I like anything if it's got chocolate and nuts on it, then I'm happy. And caramel, of course. So, And you all will excuse me, I'm growing this stuff out on my face because I am doing a Western in a couple of weeks, and they wanted me to have this stuff on my face, which is driving me insane.
Don't believe we're trying to match each other with the beard.
No, can't stand the hair on the face on my face. It's just I want to go outside and rub my face against the side of the stucco house. But that would look a little crazy. Hi, how are you? Oh, you have bricks. I could come and rub my face on the side of that wall, right? Stop all this.
That would hurt, I think.
Oh, it already hurts. I didn't know that growing facial hair out like this could be painful. It is actually painful. So, I don't see how the bearded uncles and aunts, some of them could do it, but they did it. Yeah. So, I've answered a question about pretzels. Any other questions? Anybody else want to know anything?
I do have a question.
What is your question?
What would you say was your favorite Office episode to film?
Oh gosh, my favorite Office episode. I had a couple. I think Fire was a fun one. The one where Dwight harpoons, blows the little blow dart at me, and I end up being rolled across the parking lot. Well, the mannequin was made up of me, and they slid that down the stairs. But I did some sliding too. I got rolled across the parking lot. I got taken to a meeting in addition to doing my own pratfalls when they, shot me with the dart. So that was a fun one. Yeah. So, and then of course the one when I beat up Steve's car with a baseball bat. It was fun, but it was exhausting. Tearing up a car is a lot of work. So,
So I was wondering, do you have a favorite or just one that comes to mind, like behind the scenes moment of The Office that you're just like, you know what, that was a good day with some good friends?
That my favorite, that would be when we won the Emmy for best comedy. That was fun. Just all of us standing up on stage behind the scenes getting our photographs done, and all the lights were flashing at us and none of us could see anything, and one person just said lock arms, okay, you're gonna step off the stage now, but there's 4 steps, so hold on to the person next to you, and surprisingly nobody fell. Well, I think one person stumbled, but we didn't fall down, and I just knew we were gonna all end up lying on the floor, but it didn't matter because we had won. So
well, obviously, winning an Emmy like that would definitely show that the show is successful, but how far into The Office would you say you realized, dang, this show is big?
I didn't fully grasp that until I had gone to Paris one year with my sister, and some people came up and they spoke next to no English, French, and they just went, oh, Stanley, the office. And I was like, okay. And I was like, I wasn't airing over in Paris, but they said they had seen it on something, and they were like, oh my gosh, and then when we got to the Louvre and people started following me around, and security had to come and ask if I was okay. And I was like, I'm fine. I said, how did you know? Oh, we knew you were here. We heard. Yeah. So at that point I went, oh, okay. I said, the show is popular. Yeah. So.
What
The airport didn't have anything to do with it.
What was the next question?
Okay. Have you ever met someone that talked to you and told you how important The Office was to them, and how did you react to that?
Oh, absolutely. I was again on vacation and on a cruise, and this guy, we had just gotten off the ship to go tour somewhere. I think it was in the Bahamas or somewhere. And this guy came up and he was thanking me so much. He said he was on vacation with his wife and 3 kids, and he had just finished his last round of chemotherapy, and he was in remission, and they were celebrating. And he said that in his sickest moments, he remembers watching episodes of The Office when instead of his kids sitting around the bed crying and being upset and him feeling, sick, they would watch The Office and laugh while he was, throwing up in a bucket, getting his infusions and all that. But he said that helped, diffuse the situation, and they were able to laugh as a family. And, and because of The Office, that helped him, get through his cancer treatment. So then I realized, I said, oh, it's more than just a comedy show. It's, it helps people in some of their darkest moments. I had someone else tell me they were on their way from the cemetery, and in the family car coming back, somebody made a "that's what she said" joke, and they started talking about their favorite episode. So it's helps some people get through some rough times.
What would you say? What quote would you say you get most asked to say by fans?
The did I stutter, and boy, have you lost your mind. Mm-hmm.
So it kind of sounds like every vacation you have isn't actually a vacation. Does I know this is probably just a general famous person question, but does that ever get exhausting, kind of not having any privacy or not being recognized somewhere?
No, I pretty much knew what I was signing up for when I decided to become an actor, so that doesn't bother me. On the days if I really don't want to see anybody or engage with people, then I can just stay in the house, you know. So,
This year's
but
been great for that.
yeah, so I have done that for the past year. I've stayed in the house. I went to Costco the other day for the first time in over a year. So, and a few people came up and it was fine, you know. And even then, I still had a mask on, but hopefully, I'll be able to go out and people will be able to see my whole face in person again, and I'll get to see theirs. So,
Didn't Hannah didn't you have a question?
I did. Have you ever injured yourself on the set of The Office, or was it like the stupidest injury you could have ever gotten?
I didn't injure myself on The Office, but I had a back spasm, and they had to call for the doctor to. Oh no, I take the back. I did injure myself. Well, Rain injured me. He kicked sand in my eye when I was in the sumo outfit, and then I had to go and see a couple of eye doctors, and
Oh.
cure was worse than the cause. By the time they get to stretching it all open, then that will, do it. And then I had injured my back, sprained it or something. And then they sent for the doctor and he gave me a muscle relaxer and Vicodin. And they had to bring me home because when I took the two together, I could not function. So I couldn't remember any lines. So I said, let's pick this up again tomorrow when I get the meds out of my system. So those two things.
Ouch.
I have a tough question, so I'm not going to ask who your favorites and least favorites were.
Okay, go ahead. Give me your tough question. Go ahead.
Out of the entire cast of The Office, which actor singular would you most like to work with again, and which actor would you least like to work with again?
None of them and all of them. No. Let's see. It would depend upon what the project is. It would depend on what the project is. In terms of working with anybody again. And it has nothing to do with their personalities or anything like that. It has to do with the project. If it's something that I'm interested in doing, then I wouldn't have a problem working with anybody that I worked with there. In terms of my favorite, you all know I love my Phyllis.
Did you keep any mementos or any souvenirs from the set of The Office?
I'm sitting here now looking at a Dunder Mifflin coffee cup from the first season. I see my bobblehead is up here on my mantle. I've got, what else is up in here? I think in a box somewhere I've got a drinking bottle. I've got a couple of pairs of shoes that I wore on there because they don't have backs on them and I can just stick my feet in and go. But I didn't keep any of the clothes because they were from Sears and JC. They weren't that great, as far as the clothes. So I didn't keep any of those. And ties, I don't need to see another tie in my life.
So what is probably like one of the best, it's not gonna be a secret anymore, but like what is one of those things about like The Office or like how they shot it or how they casted it or like just like one of those like small little things that most people don't know about what happened on The Office? Like what's one of those like kind of like, well, actually like one of those things that you could tell someone later on and they'd be like, no way.
The set itself was a rebuild of a small building on the west side. And when the show got a pickup, we moved to the larger studio and they did an exact replica of that room that we filmed the pilot in, only they made it about almost twice as wide.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's really cool.
But on camera,
Also,
it look like it, but it is almost twice as wide. And of course, they put in the ceiling so that they could lift them out and walls so that they could break them out so that they could get the different camera angles. Mm-hmm.
I also think a lot of people don't realize how many of your iconic lines you came up with that weren't already written there. I feel like a lot of people don't know about that.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. The boy, have you lost your mind? That whole rant. I wrote that. Um, and what is it? A couple of other little things that I came up with. The act of a crossword puzzle that became a silly ism because when Greg Daniels said, "We're doing the show, we're going into a conference room, bring in something that would your character would use or do that would make your character basically flourish." And I came up with the idea of the crossword puzzle, using that because I said, how can he be in meetings and not be in meetings at the same time? And a lot of the dialogue I would deliver, I wouldn't look up from the crossword puzzle. I just deliver the dialogue and keep doing my puzzle. And that's why we went through so many crossword puzzle books and never finished one.
So they actually promoted improvisation on the show rather than doing just the script.
Yeah, we did. We had a opportunity to do improv. It's like 90%, 95% scripted, and then that 5% was when Greg would call it, when he would allow us to play. He would say, "Play with it," and then I have to do that. So.
Just wanted to say I'm really excited for the Kickstarter, which knocked this whole opportunity off. Can't wait to see Uncle Stan,
Thank you, dude.
running
Thank
his
you.
motorcycle,
Sitting in my little sidecar.
I know
Well,
we're actually getting that built for it too. Like we're gonna get an actual sidecar built. I already ride Harleys all the time, but we're gonna get the sidecar built for it.
But yeah, I'm so excited to see like the return of even just one of the Office characters, Stanley, anyone. So I'm so excited for this project.
well, thank you for your support. Thank all of you for today and for what you've done and what you're gonna do. And have a good one. Oh, we need to do.
Thank you so much.
Turn to the side so you can get the beard.
I know, right? Be over here.
That's too late. That's scratching.
I like it. I like the beer. I know you're not a fan of it, but I like it.
Nope.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna bring you something for it too, though. Next time.
Hannah's seen me when I shave my face. I look like a 2-year-old. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
Hey, I'm going back to the youth. I want baby booty face, right?
Yeah, I prefer not having it. For me, it's been the pandemic. I just haven't had a chance to go to my barber, so it's been driving me insane. But better safe than sorry. Awesome, you guys. Thank you so much. If there's no other questions or anything, we're gonna start wrapping this up. Dude, Jack, thank you for your support, dude. Appreciate you. Thank you for being a part of this from the beginning. I truly appreciate it. Excited for you guys to see Uncle Stan. Such a pleasure to meet all you, Patrick, Jack, Hannah, and Hannah. Thank you guys for being on, and appreciate you guys. I'll talk to you shortly.
Have a
Thank
nice
you.
day.
All right.
All right. Take care.